Video number 2 in a row. Let's make it a happy video. But why do I have to complain? Why do I have to complain? More fun to complain? More intriguing? Listen to what happened so great, but it didn't happen to you. So how can it actually, if it doesn't help you or elevate you in any way in your life, like, isn't it better to say, oh my God, you should have seen what crazy thing happened? Somebody got in so much trouble, but then that's not positive anywhere in the world. But yet, positive, push me this way, pull me that way. Um, oh my God, you look so great. Oh my God, look what you did. You did something so fantastic. Look at the guy over there. Just drove by the street so fast. Didn't even care if I was on the side of the road or not. Full of water, didn't slow down. I walked to the store today. I walked to the store today. And when I walk, every time I hear a car, I turn around and I stare at the car with a piece of ice in my hand and I'm not looking to throw it at the car. I'm looking to throw it at the wheels. Well, it's the car, but I want to put it at the wheels, walk into the middle of the street, somehow to slow them down. What do you do when you're walking and there's water everywhere? You're not going to walk in the middle of the street. But when there's no sidewalks, right? And sometimes you have to walk around the parked cars, you're better off to go in the center street so they see you there so they slow down for the water. But then we're animals. We're animals. We don't understand. We don't understand. The animal walks into the bush. He knows certain things that were put into his mind, whether he learned it, whether it comes from a different world, implicated into our vibration, regardless. It's happening over and over and over in high percentages. Cats sleep a lot when they get older. Animals are like the way they are, and they're studied, and this is the way they're depicted. But humans are not even close to understanding their neighbor, not even close. But is it in most levels of life? And why do I say levels of life? Because I say levels of life because depending on what your own personal reality is and your own financial situation, because of where you live, is how it's going to switch your mental. There was something else I wanted to talk about. Yes, I remember. What floor do you live on? If you live in a house and you have to go on the outside, you climb 10 stairs and then you get onto that mezzanine floor. What floor is it? Is it the first floor? If you go up the stairs into the house, you are actually on the ground floor. But when you go into the house and have to go up those stairs, you have to go downstairs. And they would call that the basement, the cave, the way to the garage. But when I walk into my apartment building, I'm constantly going up 2, 3 stairs all the way. One stair, 4 stairs, and I get in on the mezzanine level. What level is that mezzanine level when all that resides in the mezzanine is the mailboxes? You open the door, opens out, you walk in, you're walking into something after the door is open. Is that male or female? You have all the mailboxes with keys, male or female, because you have to put the mail in the hole, right? You put the mail in the hole, and when the bill comes, you got the fee to be paid. The mailman comes, he puts it in from the top. So you walk into the apartment and you go up to the first floor. So I live on the first floor, but there's people under me. So they live on what floor? Ground zero, which would be the mezzanine. They had to go downstairs, but because it doesn't go completely under the ground, it's not the basement. They call it rez-de-chaussée, or like the half basement. Okay, so I actually live on the first floor. The people up there on top of me are on the second floor, and every time I make a complaint, I must look nuts because I always complain to the concierge or to the landlord. I says, the guy on the third floor, I says, he always bangs his feet. You sure you ain't hearing or thinking or imagining? I go, no, I'm telling you the truth. Okay, but there ain't no third floor here. There's the basement, the first floor, and the second floor. So I really have to get that into my head. Um, I wanted to build something here. And the reason I'm building this, I was thinking of the skipping rope at the same time. Now, most people aren't going to make it into the 5th minute. And I'd like to have some relevance into my videos. And if they don't make it to this part on the change of what I'm going to be talking about. Okay. Oh my God, you look so great. There's others that are worse. Or you can say thank you very much and feel good about yourself instead of having that down backwards in your hair, in your head. But look at all the other people in the world. And the reason we worry, or I would worry about these people in the world, is because I don't know if they're really getting taken care of. See the way the Mexican hats, the way it goes this way and that way, the lines. There's always one this way before it's this way, and this one's on a different level than that one, and a different line. Is this the way my DNA is obligated to be? So anyways, so now if I knew that all over the world that there were societies that were really out to help the poverty, to really help people to get over certain hurdles in life, and so that we're working. And there's a big percentage, because I believe there's a big percentage that are against the system, that hate taxes. They don't understand the taxes, or they accept the taxes, but because they know so many people are cheating the tax system, and they have so much money that it gets retarded in such a way. Excuse me for using those words, right? Which means whatever it means to you, right? So what should actually be done to fix the money problem? How can it actually roll? And we can't put everybody in jail. You know, so many lawyers and judges are working on people who cheat the system. We need to create a system that, sure, it can be it's always going to be able, someone's always going to find an idea where we're smarter to most situations, where people fall into a certain situation and they no longer maybe have access to money other than getting free room and board and food, and then a little bit of money to say, hey, yeah, I need to make it in this world. How can I make it? And we're always going to understand one thing, okay? Someone's going to get hurt and someone's going to need to replace them. There's always somebody sitting on the bench. And we always have to make a little bit of money because we're always throwing away money by creating something that doesn't pay off. In the total reality and totality of all sciences happening throughout the worlds, which one actually pays off and which ones actually add an added cost onto certain things? If you're looking to create one drug, that nobody needed this drug in their life, then all of a sudden, okay, what you can live on, now you need money to pay for the drug because you're a heart victim. Or you come into life the first 18 years, your parents had a car, drove you everywhere, now you want a car. What is the sustainability number in life to always continue to make it? And the reality is to have $10,000 for a vehicle every 4 years, or $2,500 to travel, so much money for food and room and board, and whatever else you waste, how much more do you need to be able to have a chance to have the science of life, to be able to fail and fail and fail and still go out and survive the next week? We're going to have those who abuse drugs, and we're going to have those who don't want to work, and they're still going to have a certain amount of money. Not like, I mean, what I see or understand right now, $700 on welfare, and you want to stay somewhere. Most people want to stay alone. Some people don't want to stay alone. But for those that are alone, when you're taking $400 or $500 for someone to live at a certain place, to still give them a chance in life, to have $300 left over, in which at least $200 is going to be used towards food, okay? And these certain people maybe should have, I agree, something to do with food stamps, that if they go to a certain place, their food costs 5, 6, or 7% less. Why? Okay, because who should take less profit off of somebody who doesn't actually have the money that society is paying for? Why have the extra tax on your groceries when society's giving you that check anyways for your food, right? And then an extra few bucks so you can take that bus, so you can go and try to apply yourself to move up a little bit higher. Some are sitting on the bench. Some are handicapped, disabled. Others are too old. So we have to pay. What is what do we need to do? Do we need to just increase our dollar? But by increasing the value of our dollar goes down in another part of the world. So maybe there's something not connected to the rest of the world, that the dollar has to live a little bit more on its own, and each nation for what they own, for what each nation needs, right? Well, why should I lend you that or sell you that cheaper, right? Why should I sell you that cheaper? But those words of selling you that cheaper, um, is actually the greed, where the greed comes in. And where do we stop the sciences? Where do we stop the sciences? I mean, would you be happy today if there was no cell phones, no computers? Somebody did it, somebody made the money. Should they be getting all this money? Well, now there's how many different computer companies that make computers, computer parts? There's always competition all over the place, but yet we only see HP and Microsoft and Explorer and just a few. Why? It has to do with the politics of business. Listen, man, if you start, and people buying other people out, I'm going to buy you out. The facility for them to do their sales to compare it to the other people to do their sales, they say, well, this is what I'm getting. I may as well let them own it until there's just a few owners. Anyways, there's just so much. Which system do we need to live on for a better sustainability? And then there's the old time, which has never left, where the 10 guys who own one chip or nothing, or imagine if two companies owned this one specific chip, and the only way to use this chip would have company advertising on it constantly, and everything you open up, that will open up with it. So, and that's too much control, right? So too much control. But anyways, I'm going to be doing a video on this in my chair, something to do with skipping the rope. Skipping the rope. Thank you for watching this video.